Thank you for coming to our amazing Galentines event. We are so excited to have you, and we are so excited to show you all of the beautiful flowers that you're going to be receiving with your mini bloom box today. Whether you've joined us to put yours together in person at the workshop or if you've taken yours home, we're so excited to see what you come up with. So we're going to start by going over the type of flowers that you're going to get today for your recipe, along with these 3 super cute bud vases. They will all vary in style, so we've tried to give each mini bloom box a different size or height, so you'll get a set of 3 that are all a little bit different. And then you're also going to choose your own blooms, so you may choose different colors from what we have here, but the breeds of flowers will all be the same recipe. So we're going to be including wax flower, which is going to be these small filler flowers, beautiful ranunculus, which is a stem here. You're going to get 3 roses, again, your choice in color, and then 2 fancy carnations.
All right, so to start off, we're gonna prep our stems. So the first thing to do is remove all of the leaves off of each stem. So we're gonna go ahead and pop those off. If you see any brown petals that are on your rose, you can just go ahead and take those off. Those are guard petals, so they're there to protect the rose. So we don't want those on there. We'll just pop those off. And then we'll also take them off of the ranunculus here. We like to keep these little buds because they're super cute.
And then with the carnations, you'll want to take off these little green pieces just to give it a bit of a cleaner look.
I feel like carnations have such a bad rep, but they're actually such a pretty bloom.
And they last forever, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
If you get them in the fancy breed, they are so beautiful. They almost look like a peony.
Love it.
So we have everything prepped and ready to go.
So we're going to start with our filler. That's going to be our base of the arrangement. So we're going to start maybe with the shortest vase here. And you're going to want to cut the filler to be shorter so that it's not towering out. You want it to kind of just rest above the base of your vase. I'm just going to trim it. I might actually do it a little bit shorter than that. And then the extra pieces you can always do a little bit taller there. If you like the way that looks, gives it some shape.
While Lindsay's filling in that bud vase, I'm gonna go in with the roses. So I think what I'm gonna do, and again, you can use your own creativity here, but for me, I think I'm gonna mix. I'm gonna do 2 roses in the ranunculus in one bud vase, and then we're gonna do the rose and the carns in the other. When you're designing in bud vases, you want your stems to be cut at different heights so that it gives it that variation and dimension. So I'm gonna just measure my first stem. I'm gonna cut it just about here, and I'm gonna put that one in. Another little tip that you can do with roses, which I'm sure you have seen us do before, is flip the petals outwards. So it just gives it more of that fluffy romantic look. I'm gonna pop that one in. Again, I'm gonna reflex the petals in this one. And this one I'm gonna cut it so that it sits taller than the other rows. You might have to cut a couple times to see that's too tall. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it again. You can always cut it shorter, but once you've cut it short, you don't get your height back. I think I'm gonna go even just a tiny bit shorter.
So pretty.
And then with my ranunculus, I'm actually gonna cut the bud stem off and I'm gonna put that in a second. And this guy I want to sit fairly tall because it's kind of the showstopper of the vase. I'm gonna put that guy in. Is that cute? Or?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna go back in with this bud vase and just pop it in. You can see it's just a little delicate bud, so cute.
Just dancing. And then for the last one, you're going to want to decide what you want to do with height. I think it's important that no stem stands at the exact same height. So your preference, if you'd like this last one to be a little bit higher or a little bit shorter. I think I'm going to start with the carnation here though, because it is a bit of a bigger bloom. You want these ones to sit lower, and then we'll have our tallest stem in this vase as the rose. So again, you're just going to want to go in and measure the height that you'd like it to sit at. I'll do this first one, again, a little bit shorter. I want it to sit higher than the short bud vase, and then in the middle of these two. So I think that looks pretty good. Tiny bit shorter. It's nice to pair two of the same flowers together too. So you'll notice in this bud vase, we've got the two carnations. In this bud vase, we've got two roses and then one accent flower. So my rose, I think I'm gonna make stand the tallest here. And again, we're going to reflex the petals just to make it take up a bit more space. And then you're going to stick it in the top there, and you can arrange them however you'd like them to sit. And there you have it.